Hi guys, it's me, Skylar Capri, and today we're talking about all of the rumored fragrances set to be retiring or discontinuing at the Bath & Body Works semi-annual sale that's set to start on June 15th. This was the requested video, and I think this is a great idea so you guys have awareness as to not only what is coming for the sale, but also what is leaving during the sale in case any of these are your favorites and you want to buy a backup bottle. That said, if you're returning to my channel, welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. We do all things body care on my channel, so if that sounds like something interesting to you, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And without further ado, let's dive right on into the video. All right, you guys, I'm going to sit on this side of the screen and put some images up right here. Now, some of these collections or items, I'm fairly confident we will see being discontinued or retiring at semi-annual sale due to patterns of years prior. However, there are a couple items that I just have a feeling are going to be discontinued simply because of their release date, how long they've been on the shelves, and their seasonality. So for each fragrance or each collection, I will be attaching more of like my confidence level. So if I'm like 100% confident, if I'm 50% confident, if it's more of a prediction rather than anything confirmed, nothing is really confirmed right now. So I want to be super clear about that. And also, this video is not to get you to panic buy or anything like that. It's more so if any of these fragrances, maybe you've really wanted to buy in the past, but you just can't justify paying full price for them, it might alter what you've included in your semi-annual sale wish list. So I want to give you guys as much awareness as possible so you're able to budget early and you're not overwhelmed during the sale in the store. That said, let's go ahead and get started with the collections and fragrances. The first collection I definitely think we will see at the summer semi-annual sale is going to be the summer collection. This collection featured fragrances such as Neapolitan ice cream, Pina Colada Swirl, Meet Me in Miami, and Cotton Candy Clouds. And simply why I think we'll see this at the summer semi-annual sale is very similar as to why we saw last year's summer collection at the semi-annual sale, and that's simply because it is seasonal, it is overstock, it's not something that's coming out year after year, it's not a signature scent collection. They've had this released for a while, but they need to get rid of all of the overstock prior to the next season of fall coming, so the best way to do that is to do it at summer semi-annual sale. We saw this last year with the summer collection. As I mentioned, that collection featured fragrances such as Blue Raspberry Burst, Cotton Candy Clouds, Bubblegum Pop, and Starfruit Sangria. And one thing to keep in mind about this collection, it usually always almost starts at 50% off. It will eventually, though, drop to 75% off. So if you're able to hold out, definitely try and hold out till it gets till that 75% off price point. My confidence level on the summer collection being included in the summer semi-annual sale is right around 95-100%. It's just something that we see year after year after year. Now, the other two fragrances that sort of came out with this summer collection are Firecracker Pop and then Coastal Dreaming. We have seen Firecracker Pop in the semi-annual sale bins before, so I definitely think it's probable we could see it very similar to the summer collection. It's overstock. They usually don't drag that one too much into the fall months, so definitely could see that one at summer semi-annual sale. However, for Coastal Dreaming, this one I'm really unsure about. This one I would say would be 50-50 in the semi-annual sale bins, simply because the launch of Coastal Dreaming was much more like a signature collection launch as opposed to just a Firecracker Pop or an online exclusive or a one-off. It really did have more of an established launch. It had a full-size perfume as well as a more expanded body care range where we got the body cream, the body lotion, the body wash, the fine fragrance mist, and we've definitely seen a reduction in body lotions. Usually these smaller collections just feature the body creams, unfortunately. And as this one just did release a couple of weeks ago, I could definitely see them wanting to hang on to this one and have it on the shelves well into the later summer and later fall months. So I think this is very 50-50. If I had to guess, I would say Coastal Dreaming is probably going to hang on until Body Care Day or the winter semi-annual sale towards the end of the year because it just came out. It seems to be doing well in my store, and as far as wearability goes, I could definitely see a lot of people having interest in this one in July, August, and September, but then again, you never know, so that's why I'm definitely more 50-50 on Coastal Dreaming. But as far as the more traditional summer collection and things like Firecracker Pop, I definitely have higher confidence that we'll see those in the semi-annual sale bins. The next collection that I have really high confidence that we'll see in the semi-annual sale bins is going to be the Tropical Collection. Now, I believe that the Tropical Collection either launched around March or April, and this collection featured fragrances we see return every single year, and those include things like the Costa Rica Pink Pineapple Sunrise, the Waikiki Beach Coconut, and then Bahamas Passionfruit and Banana Flower, which this year came out as an online exclusive. We always see the excess overstock of the Tropical Collection in the semi-annual sale bins, so I definitely think probably around that 100% confidence that we'll see these in the semi-annual sale bins this year. I also think we'll see sort of that tropical adjacent collection in the SAS bins as well, and that was just a 2 fragrance collection featuring the Dreaming of Rio, which was much more of that banana gardenia scent, as well as Viva Brazil, which was much more of that juicy, I think it was either papaya or guava, that fragrance as well. All 5 of those, so the Viva Brazil, the Dreaming of Rio, the Costa Rica Pink Pineapple Sunrise, the Waikiki Beach Coconut, and the Bahamas Passion Fruit and Banana Flower, really do fall under the umbrella of a tropical scent, a tropical collection. And typically when Bath & Body Works is starting to put out fall and Halloween, they really don't have any place for those excess tropical collection fragrances to go. That's why we almost always see these in the semi-annual sale bins. So as far as those high confidence collections, definitely the summer collection and the tropical collection I could see in the semi-annual sale bins, like 95-100% confidence. Now there are a couple collections that I think we could see, so these definitely live more around the 50-60% confidence range, but these are things that in the past we have seen make it to the SAS bins as well, so I thought they were important to mention. The first collection I definitely think we could see in the semi-annual sale, maybe even a little bit higher than 60-70%, maybe like 80%, would be more of that online exclusive vegetable collection. So that collection featured Carrot Charm and Off the Vine. Because it's an online exclusive, because it's definitely more catered towards spring and summer, I honestly have not heard anyone talking about that one. I could definitely see them dropping the price and making more open space on their website for the upcoming fall and Halloween. Those really aren't huge bestsellers. I honestly haven't really heard anyone talking about Carrot Charm, which was 100% new this year. We've never seen that one before, so definitely think we could see this one semi-annual sale. The scent stories just don't translate very well into the fall, and it's definitely not popular enough that they'd want to keep it around as a signature scent in my opinion. So I think there's about an 80% chance we could see those in the semi-annual sale bins. Those bins though would be the online semi-annual sale bins, as both of those fragrances are online exclusives. Next thing that I could see definitely being a semi-annual sale thing, simply because we saw this last year, was any excess of the Valentine's Day collection. So I could definitely see Covered in Roses, the rose fragrance, the Aromatherapy Inspire Love, maybe even the Valentine's Day packaging for Strawberry Poundcake make its way into the semi-annual sale bins. I remember last year, half of my SAS table, like at the front, were the full-size perfumes of the Aromatherapy Inspire, I think it's Love, which is rose vanilla fragrance. I think that's what the fragrance combo is. So many full-size perfume boxes I remember seeing on my SAS table. Definitely think they'd want to get rid of all of that excess Valentine's Day. Not sure if Strawberry Poundcake will be included, because Strawberry Poundcake is very much a revolving door fragrance, but it is in the Valentine's Day packaging, and we've definitely seen Strawberry Poundcake be re-released in the fall in different packaging. So not sure what they'll do there, but definitely could see more of those Valentine's Day catered items, whether it's the signature scents of Covered in Roses and Rose, or the more Aromatherapy Inspire Love Rose Vanilla make its way to the SAS bins. Next thing I think we could see as far as collections go would be the trio of musk. So this is the musk collection, which featured warm musk, fruity musk, and fresh musk. I think these were released later last year. I either want to say like last winter, so winter of 25, or super early in January of 2026. These have sort of went to the back of my store. They're on the back corner shelf, so they're nowhere near the signature collection. Definitely could see them wanting to phase this one out. I think it had a nice launch, but not seeing anything new about this. And it's definitely not in the front of the store. It's kind of in the back where they usually have some of that overstock. So definitely could see this also being discontinued or retiring at this year's summer semi-annual sale. The next thing that I think we could see could be the Vera Bradley collaboration. So this is the Vera Bradley scent in Peach Blossom and Nectar. They did a big launch for this around Mother's Day. It had the full-size perfume. It had a couple of those cosmetic bags. I believe it also had the exclusive tote bag. Now it's just really the fragrance in my store. So we have a couple odds and ends of like the fine fragrance mist and the body cream. I really think that's about it. Not really seeing them restock that one. So I think that could be eligible for semi-annual sale, probably around that 50% confidence level, but I could see it. So curious to see if that one will make it. And the other collaboration I think we could also see would be the Bath & Body Works X Disney Princess collection. Now, when the Bath & Body Works X Disney Princess collection part 1 released last year, it definitely made its way into the semi-annual sale bins. I remember seeing so many of the Cinderella mist and the body cream, so I know in the past the Disney Princesses collection has made it to SAS. Because they are not restocking fragrances on the Bath & Body Works website when it comes to these princess scents, I definitely think this will make its way into the SAS bins as well. And that collection, if you're unfamiliar, featured fragrances of Mulan, Tiana, Belle, Aurora, Rapunzel, Snow White, and Life's a Fairytale. So a pretty big collection to be making its way to the bins. The last category I have are really some miscellaneous fragrances, some online exclusives, some things that came out in the spring, or some of the signature collection fragrances that came out last year, just that I don't see doing as well. And those would include things like Saltwater Breeze, came out earlier this year as an online exclusive. Really haven't heard too many people talking about it, as it's definitely much more of that ocean summer fragrance. You definitely see them wanting to kind of retire or discontinue that one prior to moving into the fall. Same thing with something like a Dressed in White. This was a fragrance that was released, I think 2 years ago, because last year it was Always and Forever. Always and Forever and Dressed in White have been in semi-annual sales in the past, so definitely think we could see this one at semi-annual sale this year. Again, both Saltwater Breeze and Dressed in White are online exclusives, so largely those online exclusives will stay as part of the sale, but online you're not going to see those physically popping up in your store for the most part. I'm not saying that it's unheard of. We've definitely seen some online exclusives be in the physical bins in the store, but if you were curious about those fragrances, definitely look online. I think you'll have a lot better chance finding those online if they were put into the sale as opposed to going and hunting for them in store. Now, the last fragrance I think that we could maybe see in the semi-annual sale bins, I've heard this one being talked about and rumored a little bit, and that is the signature fragrance or the signature scent in Sweetest Song. Now, I think Sweetest Song was released either 2 or 3 years ago, so it has been around for a while. It's nothing like a Champagne Toast or 1,000 Wishes in my opinion. It's not a major bestseller. I remember seeing so much stock of it at my store, and I could definitely see them wanting to retire that one, as we had other fragrances like the Touch of Gold, and then of course Coastal Dreaming kind of come out in this signature collection, and that one's been hanging around for a while, sort of similar to something like maybe a Luminous or a Perfect in Pink. But you guys, that really wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and found it helpful. Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are. Are there any other fragrances you have a feeling could be getting discontinued? I always love hearing from you guys, and I do try and respond in a timely manner. But that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, found it helpful, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.